This video is going to look at performance management, so the fifth major strategy in terms of human resource management. Previously we looked at things such as leadership style, job design, recruitment, either internal or external, training and development, and now we'll look at performance management, that being developmental or administrative. So in terms of performance management, that addresses both individual and business performance. So the performance of the individual staff member, or at a holistic level, at the total level, the performance of the organisation. Successful individual performance often translates into the business's objectives being met. So the two go hand in hand. If you can get your individuals performing to a high standard, then that should translate to the organisation performing to a high standard. Job design, recruitment, training and development, and rewards are features of performance management in their own way. So we've already looked at job design, we've looked at recruitment, internal and external, we've looked at training and development, and they really all come together in terms of performance management because they have features of performance management. It involves comparing employee outcomes against predetermined goals in terms of performance management. How are you going versus the objectives that we set? Annual formal review process, and what do we need to do to try and improve your performance? So in terms of performance management and developmental, this is where the business embraces the concept of performance management, and it goes beyond the legal requirements to fine-tune business practices. The businesses are monitoring outcomes in detail. The approach is expensive to implement because it requires significant resources and dedication, but the business who implements this approach are likely to be able to improve productivity in the long term. So what is the approach? Developmental is really focused on using data to develop the individual skills and abilities of employees so that they can improve their effectiveness. And it's best achieved through year-round periodic feedback and shared discussion that is both empathetic and goal-focused. Some of the benefits of that particular performance management approach: you can plan to overcome gaps or weaknesses found in that individual's performance. It shows the effectiveness of their current staff selection process. It identifies training, development or legal compliance needs, communicates expectations, helps build trust, promotes long-term organisational development. Some of the downsides or some of the costs to it are it can be expensive to implement because it needs significant resources. Another approach to performance management is a relatively administrative one. So information obtained via an annual appraisal report card. So sitting down with your employer one-on-one, seeing how they've gone versus the objectives you set. And that's helped to plan training development, rewards, pay levels and benefits. So what are the benefits of that type of approach? It doesn't take up a lot of resources in terms of time and manpower. It's just a half an hour meeting. It encourages promotions and pay scales based on merit of performance. So there's a carrot and a stick approach there. These are the objectives we set. If you can meet those, potentially you'll go up a pay grade or you might get promoted. Some of the costs: it's a tick and flick style approach. Can be viewed as less important given that is sort of the way it's carried out. And often little meaningful follow-up action is taken, and it's just, from one year to the next, we're basically just ticking a box to make sure that we're meeting our requirements that the organisation has set for us. That's it in terms of performance management. In the next video, we'll focus on rewards.